prison cell I was in Vietnam was 8 feet long and 8 feet wide, exactly the size of this riser. I remember distinctly the dimensions of the cell. I could pace 3 steps in one direction before I ran into a wall. And I had the opportunity of turning around and pacing 3 steps the other way. Inside my new little home, I had nothing to do. I had no books to read, no window to look out, no TV, telephone, radio, and a pencil or a piece of paper for 2,103 days. That equates to age 24 to age 30 in my life. As Rick suggested to you, if you turn your calendar back to 1998 and consider the classes you've taken, the movies you've seen, the TV you've watched, the friends you've met, that equates to the 6 years right there. Now, I'm describing this scenario to you somewhat semi-dramatically. Please excuse the drama here. In no way do I intend to endure sympathy from anyone in this crowd. I think the most value I can be on this day when we're celebrating the lives of these 27 classmates, schoolmates, I think the most value I can be is to invite you into this little prison cell. Now, there's a great deal to be learned here in this little classroom. The first thing you learn is pain. This hurts a lot. This hurts physically, this hurts emotionally, this hurts mentally, this hurts. The second thing, however, maybe even worse than pain is, well, the minutes eventually wear into hours, and the hours eventually wear into days, and days into weeks, and weeks into months. And you acclimate. You learn how to breathe deep and think about things far away, think back to your days at Shawnee Mission, you think back to your home, and you establish plateaus of pain, and you think about warm beaches and sunny breezes, and you know what? You get used to this. That's the scary part. Because you get so comfortable in this little prison cell that the last place you want to go is outside the cell. You see, because it's dark and lonely out here, at least you know the devil in the light. What happens is you get a restriction built up. And it's not the 8 feet between these walls, it's the 8 inches between your ears. You're in a mental box. Ever get one of those mental boxes? I'm convinced the mental boxes of our lives can be more restrictive than those walls of stone and steel that I was behind. And I know this is a couple of generations between you and me, students. In fact, think of your age, okay? Think of the number of years you've been on this earth. And you have about the same number of years that we will be on this earth. So you have as much time left here that we've already spent here. Oh, let's go one step further. The 27 men on this plaque got theirs cut short 35 years ago. And so if I could, I'm going to try. I'm going to be so audacious, okay, today, as to try to speak for those 27 dead guys and try to tell you something that they might say if they could be here. Because by the grace of God, I would have been on that plaque. I would have been number 20. Well, it didn't take me very many miles. 3 steps by 3 steps. I was so nuts. I finally decided, Charlie, if you're going to survive this, you're going to have to get a little creative, come up with something to do. I thought, that's what I'll do. I'll make a little deck of cards. Just to, while away my time. But I had nothing to make cards with, and so I finally scrounged around, and I constructed a deck of playing cards about the size of postage stamps. I tore these cards from 52 little strips of toilet paper. And I can tell you this with authority, toilet paper is tough to shuffle. You don't think your fingers are shuffling toilet. Okay, before we get back into the connection between your life story and mine and ours, before we try to bridge this gap in time and geography between what's happening in your life and in your future, let me tell you what pride and respect I have to be back in my old alma mater. Funny how you've been away for so many years, and you know, as you fly into the airport, because I live in California now, and as you drive out here and you think to yourself, I wonder what it'll be. I wonder what the first thing that will really remind me of my old school. Maybe it'll be that, that beautiful tree, in the backyard. Maybe it'll be the principal's office where I get to spend a little time. Maybe it'll be the big driveway or the lawn. Well, of course, things have changed a little bit. So I came in the front door, and they told me that I had to go down into the basement to get to the gym, and I didn't know exactly where I was going. I kind of got lost back there until I finally found the thing that reminded me the most. I could smell the locker room. Some things you never forget. I did spend 3 years here, 3 of the most wonderful years of my life. I married a lady that played French horn in the band with me. You know, it kind of occurs to me that you have a couple of graduates here, a bunch of graduates. I think most of us would probably say that we were kind of average. And I know that 2 years ago you heard from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, my classmate Richard Lyons. You see him on TV everywhere. And he told me the same thing. I'm just kind of an average guy, and I kind of ran around the halls feeling sort of insignificant because I wasn't one of the superstars. And yet, just being at the school made me a superstar. And so the first thing I think I'd like to say to you on behalf of these 27 guys is you're in a really special place. This Shawnee Mission School District is like no other in the world. You have, and it's not just the academics, it's not just the sports teams, it's the spirit that's here. I hope that you find something in your life that will replicate the spirit that you feel here as part of the school. And even today, as much as we think it might have changed over the last 40 years, 45 years, walking through the halls, you see the same spirit, the same culture that we saw back then. Don't give up on that. Well, I graduated here. I was 17 when I graduated. Needed an education, looked for scholarships, got an appointment to Annapolis. I'd never seen the ocean. I'd never ridden an airplane. But I got on a Greyhound bus and off to the East Coast, where I pledged to defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. What a commitment that was. And I had no idea what it was going to take to fulfill that commitment. I learned a lot there at the boat school, spent 4 years there, got a degree in engineering. The French horn player in the band joined me out there and started working for a Kansas senator in Washington, D.C., and we were married under the Arch of Swords. It was a military wedding. In fact, just like the swords that your junior ROTC was carrying. Navy swords. I walked into the swords